Hello Taurus, kia ora koutou katoa, welcome to my YouTube channel. I just want to quickly say thank you to everybody who has subscribed to my channel. I encourage you to those of you who haven't subscribed to do that now or at the end of the video. And also to like and follow me on my Facebook page if you've, especially if you found this video or come across it on my Facebook page. So. And I do encourage you to make connection to both, especially if you're wanting to find out what I'm doing, any workshops and courses, and other events around the country, but also any other online events that I'm doing as well that are coming up in the future. Okay, so anyway, so where else am I going? So I just also want to say, just to remind everybody that these reads are general reads. So take what does resonate and leave what doesn't. Don't throw it totally out the window because it may be more of a forecast for you rather than an in the moment thing. So this could be something coming up for you that you're not quite knowing about yet or fully intuitively picking up at the moment. So if you're wanting a more comprehensive overview, even if you do get what's coming up for you here, then check out one of your other signs as well. So what I mean by that, so this read is for Aries, Aries, just done that one, Taurus. So you may have some Aries energy in you, or there may be, some of you may have an Aries person that is in your immediate circle, okay? With things that just fell out of my mouth. And anyway, I'm just going there to say that so these reads are for Taurus. If you're watching this video and your sign of Taurus may be in your oh god, what am I talking about now? So there may be something that keeps floating out of your mind all the time. So you might have a bit of brain fog or something going on there. It's like, oh my gosh, I can't think straightly. See, there you go, straight properly. At the moment, and there's a lot of funny energy. So anyway, I'm just going to like ground. So that could be what it is. I mean, you are an earth sign, so it's like grounding, coming back. Maybe that you're going like running too fast, doing things and trying to fit this and that to do about 60 different things, and it's like you can really only like do 6, like 6 things, and I'm just getting 5, so they just do 5. So it's like trying to do everything at once. So they just say, come back, regroup, prioritize, reorganize, or organize yourself. And it may, I'm hearing prioritize at the end of the day. It's kind of like, yeah, something is happening there. So anyway, coming back to this video now, and getting back on track. So coming back on track, to bring you back on track again. So this is for Taurus. If you're watching for Taurus and Taurus is in your sun, moon, rising, and or Venus sign, okay? So if you don't know what your other signs are, check out the link in the description box below. There is one there that will take you to a website that has a free calculator on it, and it will work it out for you, okay? And then you'll know where to go with the other videos, okay? Whether they're mine or somebody else's, okay? So anyway. Okay, so I am going to be using they're just making me take a step back. So if you're wanting to book a healing and or reading session with me, online or in person, just check out my details in the description box below to get a hold of me, and we can tee something up, okay? So anyway, I have a new deck that I'm using today, and the Starman deck. And the tarot deck, my trusty tarot deck is coming out as well, and also the Sacred Earth Oracle, okay? So we'll see how we go. So because this deck is really, really new, I've just opened it up on Saturday and started having a play around with it, or maybe Friday. Haven't really had much of a play with it, but it's kind of like in a read about interesting with the changes. So, and I just love this deck. So you're going to be finding maybe some things are popping out in front of you that you're going to maybe just click with something, and you've not really in the past followed it through. So there's something that's happening here. So anyway, talking about that. So I'm just I don't know why I'm shuffling this for, because I think it's just to get the energy right. So something maybe shuffling. Okay. you may be shuffling things around to get the energy right, or to make something fit, okay? But what I'm hearing is try not to make it, like, don't go in the space where it's like you have to make it fit. It's like, let it flow. And this is where this is coming in, like shuffling things around and removing things and taking things out. So I'm hearing decluttering as well, okay? Whether it be of the mind or physically, there's some sort of decluttering. Now, the Queen of Wands in this deck here with the Starman deck has come up. And now she is, the key words there is balance, okay? There's balance with her. And it's with head and heart, okay? So she's in this place where she's figured out what she's doing, where she's going, and how she's going to do it. And she's more in her power, basically. But it's more, even though she's like the fire energy, it's like there's action there to be. It's because she's taken action and she now knows where she is, okay? And there's that balanced head, heart, chakra sort of feeling there, that energy, but you're definitely not running with her heart, not just running with her head. There's that sort of energy that's coming up, but it's a tap into the Queen of Wands energy, okay? Some of you are still running around all over the place, and it's like, so this is kind of some sort of organization or reorganizing that's there, but she's kind of like, and some of you's like maybe here or nearly there now, so you're feeling a little bit more in that space. So she's there to help bring that energy. Interesting, I'm seeing like this chakra here, up the top there. It's that flower there. It's like a sunflower, but it's an orangey, pinky sort of yellowy sort of a color. But there's these beautiful colors that this deck brings. They're very vibrant, but I just feel like she's there, and she's like she's kind of grounded as well, but not grounded. Feeling grounded, even though she's not on earth there as such, okay? That's where I'm going with that. So it's like, but there's you grounding it, you grounding you, okay? Grounding. Because I'm just feeling like, and they're just talking about grounding, but grounding yourself like earlier as well. So, but taking action. And I feel like where they're going with that, yeah, they're just saying grounding, okay, as well. Even though you're in this space, it's just making sure you're grounded, keeping. And I feel like, okay, for some of you, like you are in here and you're feeling more grounded or more knowing, okay, even though there is this stuff that's going on around you. It's like, okay, so it's now like just bringing, like, it's like, yeah, I could see it all swirling around. It's like, oh my God, but you are not. It's like you're in observation mode and you're watching things going around. It's like, okay, now I can pull this and pull that and like ground that, anchor that, and sort that out. So that goes back to some of you are still, there's like a vortex spinning around there, and it's about pulling it together, or letting that one go, let it fling right out with love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure, of course. And then we have the Sevens of Wands. It's kind of like, because this is why they're talking about it, is because the Seven of Wands is what, like, there's something that you're fighting for, something that you've started or you're starting, and it's like you're fighting for this, okay, with the Seven of Wands. Because you believe in it. And I do feel like there's this thing, and with this card, it's like not giving up on what it is. It's like what it is that you believe in and what it is that you're doing right now, and it's fighting you. It's like somebody or somebody's maybe around you, and it's like that, you know. And I think this is a follow-on from last week as well, that you know that there's something, this is like a better way of doing it, or but it's like than what somebody else or somebody else's is saying. And it's like, and it's maybe other people from the outside are coming in, and it may be putting you off. At the end of the day, it's like it's all about you being honoring yourself, but being honest with yourself as well. And there's something about you, but this, I do feel like there's something that is not giving up or not letting it go. It's like you're, it's like there's something there to it's almost like standing up for yourself or standing up for it, in the sense that it's like, you know how you just get, yes, I know this is I know what you're saying, but this is kind of like, but this is the way I'm going to go with it. Okay, I'm going to run with it this way because it makes more sense, and da. And I do feel it's not so much just that you have to justify it, but you may be feeling like you need to. And some of it, if you have to, you have to. If you feel like you need to, you need to. So, and some of you are feeling, well, I shouldn't have to, I don't need to. But I mean, that's your choice. But I do feel, but this is really comes back to you being honest with yourself and honoring yourself and knowing that this is worth fighting for, whatever it is, okay? And then there's the Ace of Swords. So there's something within that. It's like, with the Ace of Swords, like a new beginning and a way of thinking. And it's like, but it's about like letting go of, like you're cutting off or cutting out, you've cut out those thoughts of, like the limiting belief systems, patterns and things like that as ancestral, or whether it's in this lifetime ancestral or ancestral, like DNA stuff, and across all time, space and dimensions sort of thing. But there's and belief patterns that you've accumulated or have attached to, or they've attached to you, in your lifetime. So it's like looking at that. So this is where I feel like there's a new beginning in that, because it's which is kind of like, this is usually what the struggle is here, and this fight and this battle is about letting go of other people's thoughts, and and that have from the past that like you've learned along the way, or that we've learned along the way. So it's kind of like, okay, but you're in this space now that you understand that, okay, and what you need to do and have to do. It's kind of like that's, and not letting it stop you from doing what it is, that you know where you need to go, or how you need to do it, or what needs to be done. And so it's like there's more of this of honoring and valuing yourself, okay? And then we have the Ten of Swords, which is kind of like there's a new beginning, or something comes to an end in that sense as well. So it's like stuff in the past, because it's like there's like, in another deck of cards, there's all these swords in one's back. So this isn't kind of like, but there's all these swords that are coming. So you're letting go of stuff that's coming. So there's swords that are coming down and separating, the shadow side, or what doesn't serve you, from this side, the light side, the energy side. So it's kind of like there's something separating now from you from that, and your understanding. So it's like, it's kind of cool that it's come out with the Ten of Swords. So there's that sense of new beginning of that as well, that you've figured out from there. So you're actually starting to letting it go. Okay, we'll use that word. And then we have the Ten of Cups. So there's the Ten of Cups, which brings about, like, with this little bit of a clearing or big clearing, depending on how you look at it, there's something, there's this happy home life that's like you start to see and understand or realize, and the energy, because the energy shifts. And so there's this and bringing things and people together within the family, and this the abundance of love, and peace, joy and harmony, but not only that side, but financially as well. So you're seeing it, it's like things start to come together in that way, because you're seeing all these old ways, patterns, belief systems, and that you're letting them go. And it's like you're building this is your happy family home life, and how you see it, or want it to be. And then we have the King of Wands in his charismatic energy and leading the way. So this is you, I feel, Taurus, whether you're a male or a female. It's kind of interesting. We begin with the Queen of Wands with that energy, and we end with the Queen of Wands with this one as well. So there's that charismatic energy that the King of Wands brings, and that he's worked hard and he's worked well, but he's worked cleverly in a leadership role. So this is like you leading the way, with to where, through all of it, so, and bringing things together with your family. Oh wow. So whether you're a male or a female, it doesn't matter. So even with this Queen of Wands up here as well, there's something about you being the way, or the leader in the family, of bringing things together. And you've had to, because there's some nonsensical things that are happening, but there's some amazing things that have happened as well, because you've seen some opportunities, because this is what this is all doing. This is like to allow you to see opportunities. You've moved into this Ace of Swords energy there, because in cutting away that, so it's allowing yourself to actually see the opportunity within the opportunity that you've taken, and not allow others to step in your way of the opportunity that you see. And even with the Seven of Wands, it's like, where are they going with that? There's that battle with yourself as well, but also others around you, and has become a bit of a battle within, because you question yourself. So it's like you keep going with what you're doing. So I'm just going to use the other tarot deck now, and we'll see how we go. Okay. See what comes up to validate, confirm. Okay, the Queen of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. So the Queen of Pentacles, yep, love of luxury. That's an earth sign there. So this is you, and achieving what it is that you want to achieve with the Queen of Pentacles. And it's like financially getting into a wonderful financial or prosperous and abundant position. It's kind of like, so whether you're a king or a queen, this is for you. And that's interesting. That's the first card out in this deck. And then the Seven of Swords, it's like, packing up and leaving what doesn't serve you. It's like it's not so, it's also a time for tact rather than aggression. So it's just like it's kind of like coming to grips with what it is that doesn't serve you any purpose for your highest good. And it's like you're letting go with it. You're picking up all those odd, weird thoughts and that serve you no purpose, and you're getting on with it basically, towards achieving this. Because if this is towards achieving like what it is that you want to achieve like financially, but also it's like having everything, and you can have everything. Happy family, home life, because it's like and it's not that the money brings it, but it brings part of it. You know what I mean? So it's kind of and you work hard for what you what you've achieved so far and what you will be achieving. Okay, so, and it's not letting anything else get in the way, basically, with your thoughts, however, and belief systems to get in the way. Then we have the King of Swords, which comes up after. He's an authority figure, but he's and he has this is the leadership role thing again as well, but with you, and it's like seeing both sides of the story, and but not letting your head get in the way of there may be actually an air sign who is a King of Swords that may be around you, who is firm but fair, but not really grounded. Okay, and maybe getting in your way is what I'm hearing there, possibly, which is something to do with, because it's fallen underneath the Ace of Swords. So maybe there's something about like cutting away, that there's a new beginning, and that's what this person, or what you think about this person, or this is like you in this position. It's like cutting away, because you have the power, you are the leader. We are all the leaders of whatever it is that we want to do, and how we run our life. I was going to say our lives, but that too. So you're in this lifetime now, and it's like bringing that side out of you. Okay, that's what I'm feeling that could be too, as well for some of you. So you may understand it more that way, but also creating freedom, okay, within you by doing that. So there's a red cushion under his feet, and the butterflies for me symbolize freedom. So he's like free from all that other stuff, and he's figured out where he's going, but he's grounded as well, and it's fallen underneath that's Ace of Swords, or sitting underneath there, which is really cool. So that's like another step or confirmation, in the sense that there's the King of Swords energy backing you up. Wow, because it's like the end of a cycle as well. It's like you get it, cool. Okay, so, and then we have the completion of the first phase with the Three of Wands. So there's something there that you've completed, and it's like, whether it be, I feel like it's pretty much all round, it's like there's a satisfactory feeling that, you know, when you get there, or when some of you, like I say, maybe there, but there's a satisfactory feeling. It's like, yeah, and you're looking out there. It's like, okay, I've done this now. There's the next stage of the next stage. So it's like one step at a time, and you're acknowledging that, you're seeing that now. So there's some movement, and you're looking out into the pyramids, which is like out in the distance there, and there's the ships or the boats out there. So there's abundance out there, there's mystery out there, you know, and it's all pretty amazing. Cool. And then we have the Two of Cups. So there's like the Two of Cups here. So there's a friendship that evolves, and I feel like you may actually, you know, bond with a new friendship, a brand new friendship. And I feel like, but for some reason I'm feeling more back, that's with yourself, because it's like you begin to understand yourself a bit more, become more of a friend to yourself rather than a hindrance to yourself with this learning and this understanding, because you've cut away all these negative thoughts about yourself. Okay, I'm hearing some of you, for some reason, not all of them, but it's way better than what it was before. So there's that less self-doubt, because you've been through this process, or you're going through this process, and you are learning more about yourself, actually. The pros and the cons, but they weigh up, and you know, they're there for a reason, to get us to learn. And so if we start to fall back that way, then we can quickly go in there and think, no, that's not me, I've been there before. You recognize it, and you pull yourself back out of it a lot quicker, and to the point where you very rarely go there. Okay. And so there becomes more of a friendship for yourself. But I do feel also there, with this, because it's come under the Ten of Cups as well, it's like the family, the family, and I'm not just talking about like your immediate family that you've built, that you've created, but the family that is like the next family, like siblings, parents, that sort of thing. But then it trickles out for some of you into the wider, you know, whānau group, or the family group, and also into the community, or whatever you deem to be family for you, okay, as well. So there's, yeah, it's pretty cool. Now I feel like there's one more card to come. And there it is. And that's the Hermit. So the Hermit, you know, he's about patience and maturity and prudence. So it's, you know, being mindful, you know, being patient, being cautious, is, you know, being with the prudence about where you're going, where your next steps are, and how you're doing it, but with a mature attitude, okay, with the knowledge that you, and the wisdom that you know, it's like coming from that space. So, but being patient, it's like you now know, so it's like waiting for, still moving, and we're not saying waiting, it's totally standstill, but, and sometimes it is just waiting, but it's like there's still movement in that waiting, as well. And it's like, okay, as I'm, you know, I'm still moving along and just waiting for the next sign as you're moving along, okay. So, and you're seeing, you're observing, and things like that. So the Hermit is, you know, requires us to take that time to be patient, and to, while still looking out. See, he's got the lantern, he can still see in front of the path, his pathway, and still moving. But oh, I have a dog in here that's sleeping, snoring, getting comfortable, and all that sort of thing. So he's still, you know, he's looking out there for the signs, and, you know, it's not just waiting for the shift. Dependability. Okay. So there's the male and the female, the masculine and the feminine. So whichever way this forms for you, there's some sort of dependability. But I feel like for a lot of you, it's like there's a dependability in yourself, is where they're going with that. And bringing together that masculine and that feminine energy balance, okay? Some of you use it will be that you have a male or a female partner, you know, your spouse, you know, there is a dependability that that you can depend on them, that there's that knowing that you can depend on them when you need them the most, okay? And it's about, some of you, I feel like it's about allowing somebody to come in to help you, as well. And so, you you know, to show you that they are there for you too. You can depend on them. So stop pushing them away and let them in the door if that's you. Or, you know, in some of you, it may be the bouncing the other way where you maybe feel you may be too dependent on somebody. So there's that balance that's going on there. So just take it, you know, whatever way that it's not, there's no negative, there's no bad or no right or no wrong. It's just like finding the balance between it, because sometimes we can get into that funny little like needy space or that dependable, you know, depending on somebody else. And sometimes we can be too, you know, like too independent that we forget that we have somebody there that can help us. So it's about finding that balance and knowing when to skip into one place into, you know, into the over to, you know, that way or that way, you know, when we need to, because sometimes we do need to go that way or that way, and then find that balance in between. And you know, a lot of the time, or you know, some of the time, or most of the time, depending on where you are. But it's always nice to be in balance and know that actually, you know, there's a lot of balance in there. So yeah, and sometimes shit happens, things happen in life, and we tend to go either flip too much that way or too much that way for a little while, and that's okay. It's, you know, it's for a little while, and then we come back again because we're learning something. Okay, so they're saying not to beat yourself up to pulp. Anyway, I'm going to leave that there with you, Taurus. So with lots of love, peace, harmony, joy, excitement, and adventure, and prosperity and abundance, or with abundance. And today is the 7th of September 2020. So it's a Monday, of course, when your readings come out. So we will see you next Monday. So we leave all that love and energy with you until next Monday. We'll see you then from my amazing spiritual team, the Zion Energy, and your amazing sign as well. Energies, yeah, the energy from your amazing sign, Taurus. Okay, bye for now. See you next week.